The vet decided it would be in the little pup's best interest to put her to sleep. The poor thing was spread out on the floor and couldn't even walk, so what future could she have? But before the doctor had a chance to lower their needle, someone caused them to falter. The puppy in question was called Starfish, but she wasn't given that name at birth. In fact, when she first came into the world, it didn't seem like anyone cared for her at all. Starfish's previous owner had actually left her alone to fend for herself. They dumped her on a beach with only a cardboard box as shelter. To make matters worse, Starfish suffered from a disability, which is perhaps the reason her owner left her. She was sprawled out and unable to get to her feet. The way the pup's limbs were splayed was the inspiration behind naming her Starfish. When rescuers found her, the tyke was just 10 weeks old. Fortunately, Starfish ended up in the California-based nonprofit Friends of the Alameda Animal Shelter, FAAS. When veterinarians first assessed Starfish, their initial impression wasn't good. Not only was the pup unable to walk, but she had internal problems too. To put it plainly, her organs were squashed. As a result, her vet concluded euthanasia should be the course of action. However, the head of FAAS wouldn't give up on Starfish so easily, and told the veterinarian as much. On April 28, 2018, animal news site The Dodo revealed the head of the organization's reaction. Upon seeing the animal, this person reportedly said, "We're going to get a second opinion. This is a different story." FAAS intended to find some way to save the puppy. To this end, the group took Starfish to an expert who gave her rescuers the news they'd hoped for. This second professional recognized the dog's condition and that it was potentially treatable. To be more specific, it was established that a condition known as swimmer puppy syndrome, SPS, afflicted Starfish. This birth defect affects the adductor muscles of a young dog's legs, making them weaker than usual. As a consequence, the dog can only flounder or wiggle on the floor. The sufferer's legs are spread like sea turtle's flippers, hence the condition's name. Even experts on the subject are unsure quite what causes SPS. Some think an infection carried by the newborn's mother may be responsible. Despite Starfish's syndrome, there was someone who fell in love with her. A big-hearted woman called Lee Ann Gray from California, near San Francisco Bay, saw the dog, and she couldn't resist Starfish's charms, later describing the moment they met on Dodo. "When I saw Starfish, I just attached so quickly," Gray recalled. "You couldn't pick her up like a normal puppy, you had to hold her sideways. She was flat like a pancake. But I just grabbed her and didn't let her go." Under advisement from FAAS, Gray signed her rescue puppy up for a rehabilitation regime. And even though the pupper moved like a swimmer, as Gray put it, her determination was inspirational. It was like Starfish was Willow was not. Instead, she was left lying flat on her chest with the characteristic swimmer's spread limbs and wriggling motion. She was more expense than profit to the breeder. Before he took further action, though, something led Willow's owner to post about her on social media. Apparently, he announced his intent to throw the defective pup away. Many people shared the post until it reached someone who would help. Thankfully, a woman called Jennifer Williams saw the announcement. Williams is an animal lover and is the president of a group called Second Chance Rescue based in Norco, California. She immediately replied to the post before Willow's situation could escalate. Williams described the situation on a YouTube video uploaded on March 8, 2016. The breeder wanted her gone, she revealed, so we drove to a neighborhood in Fontana, Bloomington area, and I see these 5 perfect little puppies running around the yard. I could see the one I needed to get, Williams continued. She was just floundering around in the yard, flat on her stomach. Not only was the poor pupper unable to walk, but Willow couldn't get food or water either. But Williams had an ace up her sleeve in the form of Gina Gould. As an animal accuscope therapist, Gould was familiar with treating SPS, and she determined that Willow's case was a particularly bad one. As soon as I saw Willow, I knew I needed to get started right away, Gould recalled. It was pretty severe. Once she came to me, I immediately grabbed her chest to keep the chest from being flat. Then the therapist got to work on the puppy's spine. Accuscope treatment involves using electrotherapy to repair damaged tissue. Gould used this method on Willow in an attempt to accelerate her healing, and the results, which occurred several days later, spoke for themselves. Willow's condition improved to the point that she was able to walk. Willow's recovery didn't stop there either. After months of Gould's therapy, she learned how to run, and just like Starfish, Willow discovered that she had a natural affinity for water. Now it seems like nothing can stand in her way. She's a very, very special young puppy, Williams expressed. She's very self-assured, and that's probably what helped her to survive, because she knows what she wants, so don't get in her way. Of course, Willow was by no means alone on the road to recovery. Indeed, she owes her improvement partially to the help and support of her rescuers, and for their part, they found the experience of aiding the Mastiff particularly worthwhile. There's nothing more rewarding than taking a dog that nobody wants and making them into a dog that everybody wants, the Second Chance Rescue president said. That, to us, is the whole meaning of rescue. An apt point in the case of both Starfish and Willow. Thanks to her therapy, Willow was permitted the opportunity to mature from a puppy into a grown-up dog. And without knowing the full story, there's little chance now you'd guess that she was once unable to walk. She's truly a beauty, said Gould, speaking in the video from 2016, revealed that this reflects Willow both inside and out. Willow's come so far, she's just amazing, the therapist concluded. She's developing and growing just like a normal puppy would at her age. And she's beautiful. I mean, her coat, her eyes, her spirit. She's a survivor.